What's up, traders? Andrew O'Connell here with Pristine Capital. Welcome to our Christmas edition of the market recap video. Hope everyone had an awesome trading session and hope everyone has some awesome plans for Christmas coming up. I just want to go ahead and thank everyone that has been watching these videos all year. Everyone that's been hitting the like button, everyone that's subscribed, everyone that's in the Pristine Capital trading community. It really means the world. So now we have basically the end of the year coming up. We have 1 week left in the market. Everyone's on vacation. This is going to be a quick market recap video. We're going to go through the price action, the indices. We're going to talk about one of the changes we made in the Pristine Capital Discord community. And we're going to go through some of my trades today as well. Before we do that, quick risk disclaimer, nothing in this video should be construed as investment advice or recommendations. Please follow your own trading plan and your own risk parameters. Last but certainly not least, do not YOLO your entire account to any one of my trades. All right, let's dive in, team. S&P 500, as measured by the SPY, closed up 0.62%. We have the Nasdaq QQQ finishing up 0.75%. We have the IWM small caps finishing up 0.8%. And we have the Dow Jones finishing up 0.55%, lagging behind everything else. And I recently added this range indicator, and you can see that there was some profit taking into the close. And even, in our community, it was basically like, hey, the market's going so green, even though it's been incredibly volatile the last 6 weeks. I don't blame anyone for wanting to just take some profits, pay themselves a little bit into the holiday. So you can see there was profit taking on all these indices. Volatility finished lower, and the breadth was very positive. So you can see we had weakest breadth in the small caps, best breadth in the Qs and the Dow Jones. Finviz heat map, we had Tesla leading the charge today at 5.76%, and we had industrials leading as well. Other than that, nothing too crazy, but yeah, pretty nice breadth. Real estate was actually one of the weaker sectors today, down just a smidge. Sectors, we're already seeing a little bit of a January effect going on where some of these laggards are starting to lead. Like, for instance, this MSOS cannabis ETF looks like it's finally being bought. It's moving up the ranks in our momentum list. What else do we have? Blockchain assets up 3.93%. They were in the bottom slot for quite a while, and now they're starting to move up. We did have a nice breakout in Bitcoin. So we'll look at the Bitcoin chart in just a moment. And you can see these ARK funds did pretty well also. Style factors, we had high beta up 1.06%, and then not too far behind we had momentum up 0.86%. Minvol lagged, it was only up 0.38%, so that's a very risk-on configuration into the holidays. And then seasonality, like I said, we're at the very tail end of the year. We only have 1 week left. So at this point, it's very important to think about, what can I do better in my trading in 2022? 2021 was one of those years where, for an active trader, it really exposed everyone's weaknesses, because we did have areas of the market that fell 40%, 50%, etc. So there was a lot of bobbing and weaving throughout the year, a lot of different rotations. So yeah, it's all about, hey, what can I improve upon for next year, and how can I be a better trader, as we head into the next chapter, really. Let's take a look here at our headline indices. And let's check it out. S&P 500, our ES. Look at this close, a nice little window dress into the new year. I love it. We've been talking about the Santa Claus rally for a couple weeks now, and we did end up getting it. And at times, it really felt like the market was going to take a nosedive. But hey, the bulls ended up winning out into Christmas, and we got a new all-time high close. So we closed at about 47.16. And this is pretty much the area where every prior time we've gotten here, the market has rejected. So yeah, very low volume rally. There's really nobody in the office. But hey, we'll take it. We will take the rally. Nasdaq QQQ. Nasdaq did not make a new high today, so that's noteworthy that the Nasdaq is lagging behind the S&P 500, and you can see we finished right around this monthly point of control. And then Russell 2000. The Russell 2000 finished up as well. Nice day for the Russell. But this one as well, like, you know, it's in a pretty nasty trend. You can argue, hey, this one broke above a downward trend line, but very low volume on this rally as well. That's why, like, even in terms of just like commentary and strategy, there's really like not much to go off of into your end. Like, this is literally like, you know, if you're watching a movie and it's like the final, you know, 2 minutes of the movie, like, you know, there's not going to be like, there's not really much to talk about. It's like, this is literally the very end of the movie. We're just tying everything together. Dow Jones also had a pretty good day. But you can see the Dow Jones, some profit taking at the same level where we've seen it happen a few times over the past couple of weeks. And let's take a look at our Bitcoin, because we did have a nice move in our cryptos today. Let's check it out. Nice. So Bitcoin is back above 50K. This is awesome. Bitcoin is one of those areas, you know, crypto, that in November just took a complete nosedive. And we talked about this in our pre-market webinar. Hey, we're starting to see these long lower wicks. Could we bottom out here? And yeah, we'll take it. Again, this is right into the holidays. Is it real? Is it not? But hey, it is, you know, nice move to the upside. So we'll take it. And Ethereum, same deal. The interesting thing about Ethereum is it never really broke down in the same way that Bitcoin did. See, Ethereum definitely looking really good. This is my largest position right here. Really liking Ethereum. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, I want to talk real quick. The change that we made in our Discord server is, so we have this Me6 bot. For anyone that uses Discord, you're probably familiar with this, and it is tracking everyone's XP. So as you chat in the group, as you share ideas, you share charts, it's giving you XP. And what we wanted to do is create an incentive system. That way people get rewarded if they're interacting, if they're sharing ideas, if they're being a good member of the community. We want to reward you. So we put in place a tier system where as you reach certain levels, you are going to earn prizes. And they're going to be trading resources. They're going to be trading books, gift cards, etc. Where if you're a good member of the community, you know, we want to incentivize that and we want to reward that. One little nuance, you know, the level advancements, they're going to all be going into a new channel that I just created for the group. So you can look for those right here. We just put this in today. So level advancements, this is where they'll all go. And then feel free to DM me as you hit those levels. All right, so that is a little housekeeping. All right, let's talk about my trades for the day. We will take a look at some options order flow as well. So let's check it out. And let me pull this up here. All right, so Chewy. This one I put on yesterday is a 3-star position. So that's like a core position, really the biggest size I'm willing to take on, you know, options or stock. And this one ended up just having a really nice move today. And this is one of the things that I'm trying to work on for next year. So with Chewy, one thing that I did in 2021 that I'm working on is I'll put on a big trade. And this happens to me a lot. The very next day I put it on, it's like a stroke of luck, you know, whatever it is, timing, I don't really know. But the stock will just like moon the following day. And I'll have an options position that it's like, oh my gosh, I'm holding these March calls. But literally like 2 hours after I put them on, they're up like 40 or 50%. A lot of times I will just leave them on and be like, well, I want to let this thing ride. But the new methodology I want to use is, hey, at least take some targets. If you make a 40% return in a single day, you should be at least booking some of that, because we don't know what the market's going to bring next. So I wanted to make sure, hey, let me just book some of this. So I closed out 20% at 705. I paid $5.75 for these. I closed out another 20% at $7.90, and I closed out another 20% at $8.45. I did some Tesla scalping today. Went 1 for 1 on Tesla, and I also got long HUT as Bitcoin had its nice move. Let me just backtrack to Chewy. Sorry about that. Yeah, and Chewy, this is another reason why I took profits. We hit, you know, the R2 pivot on the hourly chart. So that's when you know there's not really much juice left, at least in the very near term. But Chewy holding the remaining 40% of my position. We'll see what happens. If this thing just like finds resistance at the 20-day moving average and just like breaks down, now I know, hey, I took 60% of it off the table for a nice winner. And then Hut 8 mining. This one, yeah, I just saw that Bitcoin was bottoming out and breached above 50K. So I was like, let me put on some common stock in Hut 8 mining. And then what else did we have here? So we have those. I did do some options trading as well. Crowdstrike. So Crowdstrike, I had these December 23rd, 207.5 calls. Close these out for $3.93. I'd paid $6.45. This stock looks very bullish and it's looking great out of this low base. So really what I did was I rolled the trade out in time. I closed out my position expiring today and I reestablished the position out into January because we are getting this break above the 20-day moving average. This thing's looking pretty good. We have a very thin value area for January as well. So yeah, liking Crowdstrike into the future. But other than that, I didn't want to do too many trades. Didn't want to go too crazy. Let's take a look at our big tech options order flow. Let's take a look here. Today's combined flows. Boom. Let's see. Tesla's going to be like 12 billion. No, I'm kidding. It's probably going to be low volume due to the holiday. Wow, not bad. Let's see. 4.6 billion. Wow, that's huge. And SPY, we had $1 billion. Pretty much the usual suspects. I see CME on here. CME rarely pops up. Let's take a look at CME. Yeah, CME, nice move to the upper end of this range, but those profit takers came in hot. Another name I'm watching for next week is Domino's Pizza. This is a consumer cyclical name, but it's, to be honest, it says it's consumer cyclical, but this is a very defensive company. It tends to move like with the utilities and with the consumer staples, actually. So that's one thing I want to do, especially into 2022. It's not going to always be like the high growth names running, especially when we're in a Fed tightening cycle. We're going to have to go to different groups of the market. This is so crucial. When the liquidity was just like coming, Powell's printing, it really only made sense. Like you want your entire portfolio to be like high growth, like small cap names and just like ride it out. When we get into a more normal liquidity environment, there's going to be times where it's going to make sense to be in consumer staples or be in precious metals or be in these other areas. It's not always just going to be like, growth 24/7. So I'm priming myself, hey, some of these other areas, they're actually moving to new highs. I want to start focusing on those. So yeah, Domino's Pizza looking good. Let's take a look at our TradeScape real quick. And we had Apple flow coming in. Bunch of calls for Apple, of course. CME, let's see what they put up. They have the January 210s, March 190s. AMD, one of our members was trading this today. Let me see. February 110s. Let's see where AMD is at. I believe it's like 150. Yeah, 146. Nice. Okay, let's see. Snapchat. Yeah, mixed action for Snapchat. Let's see what that stock is doing. I haven't even heard about that one in so long. Jeez, talk about like having to look for new stocks, man. So I think this is the pitfall a lot of people will fall into next year. Some of these names, they might not ever hit their prior highs. And Snapchat, maybe it does. Like Snapchat is a fantastic company, but I want to make sure that in addition to being like, hey, some of these growth stocks are way oversold, I also want to be paying attention to what really has the momentum for the time being. All right, let's take a look at one more. We got some Zoom action. We have some Netflix action. Google, TQQQ. I did see a lot of these popping up. Look at this. This is the triple leverage Nasdaq ETF. And we do see a lot of call flow. Wow, there's a lot of 0 DTE stuff expiring today. Some stuff for New Year's, January. This looks like a lot of short-term traders just, going crazy. Yes, that is our options order flow for today. One thing I do want to bring up, Pristine Capital is having a holiday sale, so definitely check it out. If you've been watching these videos and you've been enjoying them, feel free to just go ahead, visit our website, and check it out. So yeah, these sales are pretty crazy. I must say, the sale for the annual membership, this is a pretty insane value here. So it's the annual gold membership for $70 a month. For everything we're offering in this group, I think that's a pretty good deal, and this is really the best deal that we're going to be offering all year. So feel free, go ahead and check that out. With that being said, once again, I just want to thank everyone for watching these videos. Basically, the year's over. If you're like going hard trading next week, you're like, you're a degenerate, pretty much. Like, really, this next week is really just about getting your mindset right for the next year, closing things out. Some of those losers that you were stubborn about, just going, I'm done with this thing, just cleaning up. That's really the mentality for the last week of the year. Just getting the R&R, hanging out with family, hanging out with friends. So I hope everyone has a really good holiday. Make sure you stay safe out there, and just enjoy the best you can, with your family. And I wish you all the best into the new year. With that being said, I will see you all next week.